Let's play Art of Rally. It was free a few days ago in Epic Games, and now we are going to play it. It's my third time playing, so I'm maybe not as experienced as I would like to be, and I actually have come to like this game. It's still a little bit something that you have to get used to, because the first time playing I hated it. The second time that I played it, at first I also disliked it, but then you get used to the controls of the car. They're still a little bit slippery, but you will get used to it eventually, and these kind of things. It's still not the best racing game that you will probably ever play, but it's something that actually I did enjoy. Like, you're going to play it late at night and you want to do another stage. So basically it's a game from Finnish game developers, I think, because the original story was that Rally was discovered because the dude was late to the sauna. So a big hello to our northern neighbors. And the main point here is that it looks like an arcade rally, but it's not. This is bullshit. Looks like an arcade rally, but you have to use your brakes. So every time you have to use your brakes, then it's actually like a rally simulator or something like that, or at least it wants to be, which doesn't make it less fun, but it does make it a little bit more difficult to master. And the cars and the roads are extremely slippery, and it takes quite a lot of time to get used to it. Now the obstacles are also programmed in a way that they would be as awful as possible, because these hay bales or rolls, however is more accurate to call them, are extremely tough. You can't get through them, or even if you like run against them, they are pretty much like rocks. And the walls that are sometimes hidden in the grass, sometimes they are like the walls of bridges. If you are going to hit it with a little bit of an angle, then your car will pretty much do a 180. So it doesn't like glance off or anything like that, but it's actually going to hit the wall and then do the most possible amount of damage to your direction. And these are the things that I'm talking about. I possibly could have avoided this, but it's like a small mistake and they are going to punish you. Oh, come on, I didn't do that badly. Of course, now the problem might be that this is Group 3 and I have a Group 2 car, because this is the only car that I pretty much have driven the whole time. But the game couldn't possibly be this stupid that it allows me to take lower group cars and then drive them. So there should be just like some limitation, like you can't use this car because it doesn't have enough horsepower or something like that, which isn't a given, considering that the start of the game was extremely confusing. You start the game, then you drive around at the parking lot or something like that, where you can wash your car, and then you can go and roam like it's an open world. You can find some letters there. There was something else like Vista or something too, but other than that it's like where the hell do I go? And for a racing game, that's like retarded. Have like a random person test it. So you have to go back to the menu, and from there you have to find the correct place where you can start your career. So that was infuriating at first, because it seems like a game that is simple because of the graphics, I guess, guessing, and then you just pick it up and play, and you don't have to like press escape to start the game. So the roads, there are different types here. This is one in the snow. I think it was a Norwegian rally, and pretty much the friction coefficient determines how well you do on the roads, but not sure if I have like extremely good tires or there are some other reason, but the friction between the road and my tires is higher on ice and snow than it is with the dirt roads in Kenya, which is like if you have ever driven on icy roads, then nope, it doesn't work like that. And these kind of things are the worst. Come on, it couldn't possibly be doing this. The back end of your car is going to wobble a little bit. You compensate a little bit. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to do a 180. And this is extremely hard to explain, because if you haven't played it yourself, and the controls themselves are like very hard to explain how unpleasant they can be. But there is a simple solution: get good, learn to play, noob. And that's actually what I still am. As I said, this is the third time playing it, so I have learned to use the brake, because you have to use it, otherwise you are just off the road. This means that there are jumps, these arcs, and usually, or sometimes, it means that after the jump you are going to have a corner, and they are going to trick you into jumping, going fast, and then juice right into the trees. Why the hell? Okay, there are 4 restarts, which is fine. But there used to be 5 of them. I have never used one. And as you can see, I think oh crap. The last stage I drove the same way that I did the first one, and now I was the fastest. So I'm not sure how that the whole thing works here. One of the theories is that you can set the level of AI, which is pretty much like setting yourself the time limit. If you're going to be racing against 4 minutes times or 3 minute times. And my theory is that they are calculating the AI's time for any track, because they claim that it's like generated randomly, which I think is a little bit bullshit, because in Kenya I did the first stage like going the whole stage one way, and the last stage was the exact same thing in reverse. So coming back to the way that they calculated, it's the radius of the curve, and also the ascent or descent of the road, which will be used to calculate, and also the like road or the friction coefficient. And I think that it's this rather simple equation that they use to calculate how fast the other players are running. This is also extremely come on, actually I was holding the handbrake and it's just going in one direction and you can't do anything with it. Anyway, I have no idea how well or how badly I'm doing. Was this mistake something that cost me the first place, or actually, like, am I now the last in the race? Nobody knows, because we don't have any kind of checkpoints or any kind of overview what the others are doing or how badly I'm doing, which is like a simple feature or anything to indicate it in some kind of way. It doesn't even have to be like every 2 kilometers a checkpoint or anything like that. Just show us just a little bit. And I sucked. Upload failed. Yeah, this is another thing. They have closed down the servers, or not sure what they have done. And I lost with 16 seconds. I was first. I didn't. Okay, I did suck a little bit, but still. And it was only one rally. I'm not sure that I can qualify for the next one. So I have new cars. So we are going to not repeat this one. We are going to do the next rally, and we are going to see if I can pick another car, because if the reason that I lost was that I had a car with less horsepower or fewer wheels that are driving, then this is retarded. So let's see if we are going to see what we are going to see. Okay, 200 horsepowers. $210. 200. Rear wheel drive. Okay, so actually that's okay. I sucked because I couldn't get the better car, but let's do another one. Yeah, so the Finland rally is a huge amount of corners, which actually plays a little bit to my advantage because of the car's slipperiness. I have to use a lot of brakes, and come on, how that? This was absolutely bullshit, because I was driving extremely slow. I was turning in the counter like direction that the car was going, so it should have changed the trajectory just a little bit, but it's like I could have taken all of my fingers away from the keyboard and it would have gone exactly the same. Yep, this is extremely good start for the whole race, and I'm going to don't oh, come on. And it's impossible to explain how slippery this piece of mother is. Okay, so maybe I have to practice a little bit more, but it is infuriating, considering that I completed the 1972 or 69 or whatever the year was rally, pretty much all of them in the first place. So not sure what I did wrong, because it's going great now. Okay, I'm going to drive all of the corners straight, because there is no point in taking the corners if I can use the corners to actually brake a little bit. Also, I have tried that I just let go of the gas pedal, and then the motor is used to brake, which is okay, I guess. So a little bit too fast. So I think it's meant to be like a real rally, that if you are going to go into the corner, and I didn't do it that bad. Okay, I did do it at first, but we have two more. That if you're going to go into a 90-degree corner and you are going there like 60 kilometers per hour, then you are going off the road. but let's see. Oh, I think it's tarmac. Yeah, that was awesome. So I just touched a ball of hay and a roll of hay, and it pretty much left up my start. And it's not tarmac, it's gravel. And go F yourself. And again, if you are watching this and you see that this has to be the first driving game that I have played ever, give it a shot. Give it a shot and you will see how effing slippery the car is, and how I wouldn't even say that these controls are realistic, they are just left up. And also another thing, don't try to play this if you are drunk. The first night that I tried it, I had a few beers, and there was a lot of curse words, because I did suck even worse than I am now, because, well, yeah, the car and how it behaves and the cornering and all of these things are, well, even worse. So come on, don't do, come on, this is effing let's do the last one. Okay, this is now tarmac. I should have looked at the description at the beginning of the stage. Yeah, I think this is tarmac. But it's very hard to understand, because the color of the road is usually what determines what kind of surface you're driving on. Come on! And I did use the brake. Okay, now we are on gravel again. Yep. 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 Okay, I'm guessing that just letting go of the accelerator gives a little bit more control, but I'm not holding it down all the time. And I think that with some of the games I have to get this program that shows which buttons I am pressing, because I swear to God, some of the games I'm pressing the things at the correct time and it still isn't cooperating. And that's just a way to like show that I'm doing the right thing, but the game is just left up. Or then at least I would have an excuse of sucking. Not with many games, I think it was with a fighting game or something like that. Anyway, let's keep on driving. And again, this is exactly like I touched it a little bit. I didn't actually drive into it. I should have glanced off, not stopped the car and then have it turning my backside like 90 degrees. Which I understand that you have to avoid them and you can't use them to get or corner the like pass the corners a little bit faster by glancing off these walls, but still it's unnatural. And if this is the art of rally, then like make it an actual simulator, which I really don't like. If I have to keep my car like in working order and have to worry about crashing, then it's not that fun. Because I do prefer these arcade rally games where you can just pedal to the metal. You still have to have skill, a little bit, maybe not as much as rally simulators, but they are much more fun. So I'm looking, or probably the best example of what I mean is Fuel. I think it's a little bit obscure name, many might have not played it, but if you like arcade racing, then this is the, I would say, the best racing game that I have ever played. I have gone through it 3 times at least, and this was, or this is still the only game that I have screen captured or saved the gameplay of absolutely everything. Like all of the stages that there are, I recorded all of them, and there were 120 or something like that, because I love the game so much. And these instincts from that game are still here, because it gives you quite a lot of freedom. I mean, Fuel, that you can pretty much go wherever you want, as long as you go through the checkpoint. So this is something that I was hoping here, that you have to go at this direction, and you can like pretty much just go through the woods and do pretty much whatever you want. Okay, and I'm still second. I'm just guessing that I suck, or this game is difficult, because at least with Group 2, which was the first rally or set of rallies, it was a little bit better. Okay, but this was the first look of art of rally. Try to find a demo before you actually buy it or get it for money, because as I said, the controls are extremely slippery, but just a little bit of gameplay.